Hello there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Good Game Have Fun. This is THP Takentea once again, and we're back with some more Dragon Ball FighterZ videos. The last time that I made a Dragon Ball FighterZ video that anybody, cared about was that initial trailer announcement for the game back at E3 where I reacted to it, and it got like 30,000 views or something like that. That is easily like one of my most highest viewed videos. That one and the Undertale one. That's pretty much, it's like those two are like the ones at the very top. And so there are other channels out there that have done reactions to many other trailers. I didn't really want to do it like that because it seemed like people were taking every single tiny like 45-second trailer and making a whole video off of it, and then they would mooch off of the popularity and get all the views and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really want to do it like that. The way that I was basically planning on doing it was to just wait for a bunch of trailers to accumulate and then just watch them all in one go. And so now that the release of the game is right around the corner, it is very, very close, and now that we have this open beta, we have this article here by Gematsu that announces the open beta for the actual game. There were a closed beta previously, where only people that pre-order the game were able to actually get in. And now there is going to be an open beta for everybody to get in, even though there is going to be some early access for people that pre-order this one as well. So here we have a little graph, like a little table of all of the characters that are going to be available. And so let's check out the dates first. So DB FighterZ. So for Dragon Ball FighterZ, the open beta will run from January the 14th at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So starting midnight, January 14 midnight, and then you have 3 a.m., 9 a.m., all the way to January 16 at the same time. So from January 14 midnight to January 16 midnight, that's when it'll begin and end. So that's good. That's a good chunk of time for people to kind of try out the game if they're still on the fence. Now, for people who are not on the fence, like myself, that already pre-ordered the game, they will gain early access to the open beta on the 13th, which is an entire day ahead of time. This is only for PS4 and Xbox. There will not be an open beta for PC as far as I know. But, yeah, this ought to be interesting. The weird thing about this is the characters that you can select, because there were a bunch of other characters that you could go for before in the previous beta, but now for some reason a lot of them are taken out, and instead you have other characters here. So you have the obvious ones, right? You got Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Krillin, Android 18. You have all the villains. You got Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu. So you do have a lot of the newer, like Nappa wasn't there before, so you can try him out now. Beerus is one of the newer characters that just got announced, so of course he's going to be playable. But you also have Hit and Goku Black that also got confirmed as a character. You even saw them in a trailer, but those are not here. But you do have a lot of the newer people that weren't in the previous beta, like Adult Gohan, Majin Buu, Nappa, Beerus, and I think that's it. Everybody else was already there. It's really strange how there are certain characters that are not here, like Android 16 is not here. Little child Gohan is not here. Instead, you have the adult one. It is a little odd. Fat Majin Buu is not here anymore. Now it's Kid Buu. So it is a little strange how they took some away and put some in. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't want to give away too much. Maybe they're still working on those characters or tweaking them. No idea. But that's a pretty good chunk, especially for like a 3v3 type of fighting game. That's a pretty decent chunk of characters to be able to choose from. As a wide variety. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be trying out all the newer ones. I'm assuming the beta is going to be just like, the previous one, where they pretty much just drop you into a lobby and you play online with people, and that's it. I will definitely be live streaming myself on Twitch and on YouTube, playing through this game, because I am super hype about it. I did just pre-order it, so, if my PS4 wasn't, turned off right now, it'd probably be like, preloading the game as we speak. But anyway, because we have the open beta, and because the release of the game is very, very close, and because we do have a bunch of trailers that have come out during this time between the announcement and now, I think now is as good a time as any to just kind of catch up with Dragon Ball FighterZ and actually do a bit of a reaction marathon and look at all of the characters, all of the trailers, and anything that kind of piques our interest. But, the thing that really piques my interest is the character stuff. There we go. So we're going to start with the Trunks one. So I went on to Bandai Namco's YouTube channel, and they got a bunch of videos. I'm assuming that these are all of the videos that they have released. There are some story teasers. I mean, there's like E3 gameplay and the Gamescom trailer and all that stuff. I'm not really gonna watch that. It's mostly going to be, you know, the reveal trailer for all of the characters. And, you know, you got, you know, Frieza, Vegeta, all of those. And there are some character breakdowns from, like, other YouTubers and stuff like that. Again, I'm not going to be watching that. It'll mostly all just be, you know, the character trailer of their introduction or their reveal. Maybe the opening cinematic, some story stuff, but it'll be fairly brief. Of course, all of these, yeah, they're like 45 seconds max. So even though it looks like there are a bunch of trailers, we are actually going to get through this very, very quick. I don't know if we're gonna actually watch some gameplay here, because there's already a lot of people out there that are already posting gameplay, like Maximilian Dude and Afro Senju and Rhyme Style. There's a lot of people out there that already have some lengthy chunks of gameplay. You can go to those channels if you want to watch that. I'm not much of a fighting game expert, even though I do love fighting games, but I'm not really knowledgeable enough to like really talk in terms of like, oh, your fucking lower A, B attack with your mix-up. I'm like, I don't know anything about that shit. I just like playing these games because the characters are cool and the effects are cool and it's fun to play. You know, I don't really worry about all that technical stuff. And that's what people like Maximilian Dude are for. So that, because those are people that actually do know about all that. But anyway, we're going to begin in order of which most of these trailers were revealed. Some of them might be out of order, but it doesn't really matter. I'm here just kind of to get hyped. Now, I didn't want to react to these videos already from the very beginning, but again, I didn't want to make like 20 videos of like 45-second trailers. I thought that'd just be a little shady. That would just be me like doing it for the views rather than doing it because I want to get hype. But anyway, let's begin. So this video almost has like 1 million views. This is the Trunks reveal trailer. And again, super short. Oh, again, I've already... Oh, Trunks! That's another character that is not in the beta. That kind of sucks. But, let's see, here we go. I love it. Like, the effect of them, like, actually going Super Saiyan is really, really cool. I am a little worried that in the game it might be a little difficult to distinguish one character for the other, because pretty much all of the Saiyan characters are in their Super Saiyan form. None of them are really, like, in their normal form. Which, well, I guess, you know, you can look at the attire, you can look at the clothing, and you'll know who's who. Yeah, I love it. A lot of these references are almost, like, frame perfect with the manga. Hold on, because this is 45 seconds, it might be a good idea to just replay it. So, Capsule Corp. Oh, it just looks so accurate. I love it. This 2D/3D effect that they got going on with Arc System Works, with Guilty Gear, and with this, is just incredible, man. And you know, but back in the day with like Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi, you know, those games didn't really look all that bad, you know, in 3D. There's a lot of anime style games that actually don't look all that bad in 3D. They look pretty cool. But the closer that they can make it to its original 2D counterpart, the better it looks. And oh my god, it really does feel like I am playing a scene in the anime with a lot less talking and patting and more like getting into the action. I feel like I'm playing a movie, a Dragon Ball Z movie, not an episode of the TV show, because in the TV show is a lot of just standing around and not doing much of anything. But yeah, you know, you have all of that stuff. You have all of these really awesome callbacks, all of these moves. You have the Masenko, of course. You have the burning attack. I remember a long time ago when I was a little kid, obviously I was a big fan of Dragon Ball, and I would fantasize about Dragon Ball in school. And one time I was doing this, and I think there was like a girl in my class that like saw me doing that, and she was like, "What's your problem? What are you doing?" And like she looked at me like I genuinely had mental problems, and she just looked at me like with disdain. She was like, and she went, and I was like, oh, like, I just sat there, like, because I was there, like, you know, daydreaming about, like, Trunks and doing, like, the burning attack and shit. Obviously, it looks really cool here in anime form, but in real life, when you're a little kid, just go, just doing like that. And, like, of course, people are gonna think you're fucking crazy, in the 4th grade. But, like, yeah, you know, burning attack, we've seen this move. Of course, he uses a sword. This is from the Android 13 movie, right? Where he's like, slashes somebody, and does that typical anime thing of, like, people reacting to the slash way after he actually did it. An explosion. Oh yeah, the way that he defeated Frieza, Mecha Frieza, pshaw! Love it, I love it. Trunks is such a badass. One of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. And of course, throwing Cell up like how we did, well, to Imperfect Cell. This is Perfect Cell. But, you know, it makes sense. They're still doing it. Oh man, I love that little montage there at the end with all the characters, because this was made at the time where there were only like 5 or 6 dudes. But here now, we got you'll see as we keep watching the trailers that little bit at the end just get extended so much more. It takes a lot longer to get through rather than what we have what we had before. Now, I do want to be careful with the audio here, because a lot of my recent videos, thanks to OBS and stuff, the videos have gotten super duper loud. Also, I'm checking out my comments because I just posted that Summer Kagura video, but alright, so you might be seeing some notifications pop up once in a while. Okay, so this one is for Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta. So these are a pre-order bonus. I'm pretty sure you can just unlock them normally, but if you pre-order the game, you just unlock them right away. And so that's cool. It's cool that they have these characters. There were a lot of people saying that, oh, because the game is called Dragon Ball FighterZ with a Z, not Super, then they weren't going to have any Super stuff in here. But ever since people saw Golden Frieza and all that stuff, and because Dragon Ball Super is right now super duper mega popular, like they break Crunchyroll every time a new episode comes out, obviously it'd be stupid to not capitalize on all that. So they do have Super Saiyan Blue, they have Hit, they have Beerus, they have all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have other characters later on, like Jiren and all of those people. But right now, let me just bask in the glory that is Super Saiyan Blue. Like, oh my god, it looks incredible! And with the lighting as well, it looks really, really awesome. One of the really awesome things that I found out about the game... Oh, look at that. Look at that angle. One of the really awesome things that I found when people were making videos about the latest build of Dragon Ball FighterZ was that there is a training mode in the game, just like any other fighting game. But the cool thing is that you can actually take out the HUD, like all of the bars and the life bars and the timer and all that stuff. You can take it all out, and you can just fight with like the two characters side by side without any other bars getting in the way. So if people want to make like thumbnails or like just you know, record some gameplay that looks cool, like the ones here in the trailer, then they can totally do that, and it is really, really awesome. I do enjoy knowing that this is what they're doing when I'm seeing the trailer. I do like that they're actually adding different kinds of moves, because they could have easily have just had exactly the same character working exactly the same way. The rush down. I love that. One of my favorite Vegeta moves. He does that twice, actually. He does that in the fucking Goku Black Future Trunks arc, when he's fighting against Goku Black and just rushes him down like that. But then he also does that to Frieza when he turns into Super Saiyan Blue for the first time. In the Resurrection F arc of Dragon Ball Super, not in the movie. In the movie, he fights for like 2 seconds and that's it. But, he fights for a full episode in DB Super, and he does that, too. There you go, like a super duper mega punch. You'd think he'd do, like, a Final Flash or something. Yeah, no, you can't compete. Vegeta can't compete with frickin' Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Ultimate. And it's really obvious that he would do, like, the Kaioken attack, the Kaioken. Not the Kaioken. But yeah, do that, and then Super Dragon Fist. Oh my god, that looks incredible! Hopefully there's like a dramatic event when he plays, when he does that move with Hit or something like that. Yeah, 2 early unlocked characters. So yeah, they are significantly different. I do enjoy that, that they are making some slight differences. Because, as I said, they could easily just have them be exactly the same as the other ones, but just, like, with higher stats, you know? Just the, like, the other ones, but stronger. They could have easily have gotten away with that. But no, they do legitimately seem different. There was a lot of attention to detail put in them, and I do like that. And now that, you know, we know that there's dramatic events and dramatic finishers and stuff like that, it'll be cool to see, like, Dragon Ball Super stuff. Like, maybe they'll do one with Super Saiyan Blue and Hit, or something like that. That's something that I'm super hype about. Now, this one is even shorter than all these other trailers combined. This one is 30 seconds. Now, granted, this is a character that we already knew about. It's Frieza. So, I'm gonna go through the motions and just, you know, just see it, just to see it. So, Frieza joins the fight. Everybody's favorite Dragon Ball Z villain. He is my favorite, too. I mean, we can just start looking at all the references here. Of course, the Death Beam! How rude! Do that, yes. Oh, the thing that he used to kill Krillin. That telekinesis thing. Of course, Golden Frieza, he could transform into that. He goes all buff and dives down. Death Ball, loving it. Yeah, that's one of the dramatic stuff that I was talking about. And there we go, Super Saiyan Blue again. That's pretty much it. It seems that a lot of people really are digging Frieza as a fighting game character. Of course, people just love, you know, Frieza as a default. You know, it's like probably the most popular Dragon Ball Z villain. But he actually seems to be like a legitimately cool fighting game character because he does have a lot of tricks up his sleeve, like when you lose a certain amount of damage, when you get knocked over, you have like an emergency attack that you can do, and he does a lot of damage, and he can transform to Golden Frieza, so of course people are gonna love the hell out of him. Oh my god, these trailers keep getting shorter and shorter. This one is 25 seconds. Of course, you have the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta. I mean, we literally just saw him in Super Saiyan Blue form, so seeing him in regular Super Saiyan is not that impressive. But, this is going to be the form that the majority are going to be using. There we go, you got that punch in the stomach, Big Bang attack, final flash! Ah, beautiful. You see, like, the freaking... The montage of the characters at the end doesn't last not even a second. It's super short. But it's going to be super duper long by the end of this. Alright, so we actually have a story teaser trailer now. This is gonna be slightly longer, with a minute. Go ahead and sit down and maybe get some food to eat or something, because we're gonna be here for a while. An entire minute! And now, okay, so you know what I was worried about before? I remember a while back that I showed some concerns. I was worried that, you know, the story mode might just be, you know, fighting a bunch of dark versions of everybody, and I would say that that's super disappointing, and that I wouldn't want to engage in that kind of story mode, but sadly, that seems to be exactly what's happening. There's, like, evil clones of everybody, which does really suck, but, I mean, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They got some really weird-ass ways of telling the story. It's like, you are supposed to, like, actually be the player, and you are, like, inside the body of the character. Like, it's fucking weird, and I really don't understand it at all. But, you know, the story just keeps getting stupider and stupider. Like, the only thing that is actually interesting is Android 21. But other than that, it's like this weird, like, oh, there's a guy inside my body that controls me, and, like, there's, like, evil, like, mega versions of everybody. Is like, it gets kind of contrived and idiotic. But then you have Android 21, and it's like, okay, I want to know more about her more than anything else. Revealed! Wow, explosions. Hopefully the story is good. I mean, it's Dragon Ball, so I'm not expecting the most complex thing in the world, but still. They better make it a little bit decent, rather than just recycling the bad, you know, recycling bad guys or recycling everybody else and just making them evil. It seems that Android 21 is going to be the villain of this. They all got really sleepy and decided to sleep on the floor. And there we go, early 2018. By that time, there was no release date. And that's it. I know that there is another one coming up. I do have another story trailer around here. I think is the Android 21 reveal that does have a little bit of dialogue. But let's see here. We got Yamcha. Lord Yamcha, the Funimation... No, the Dragon Ball FighterZ Twitter account. I forget who. The Bandai Namco Twitter account have really been pushing for Yamcha. And again, you know, an enormous part of the fan base and a lot of the people that have been actually going to Bandai to play the game, they have said legitimately, without a, you know, a funny face or anything, they have said that Yamcha is legitimately a good fighter that's really strong, that has some good mechanics. But again, this is coming from the perspective of, you know, hyper competitive people that have played other fighting games that know what a fucking mix-up and a cross-up is. Unlike me, who doesn't know jack shit about that. You know, my reasoning is just, oh, Yamcha, he's cool, I'll use him, I guess, and that's it. You know, but for other people, it's like, no, his invincibility frames are like, blah. And so, I'm gonna take their word for it, because they obviously know more than I do. But yeah, he's got the Wolfman Fist, you got the Spirit Ball, you got that weird kick move that he's got, that seems very inefficient, but, there we go. Not even any voices or anything, just some kind of generic music for a generic guy like Yamcha. And yeah, I like that they have the long hair Yamcha rather than like the weird spiky haired Yamcha that gets like, you know, fisted in the fucking stomach by Dr. Gero. Now, speaking of Yamcha, you can't have Yamcha without Tien. I don't know what it is about Yamcha and Tien where like the both of them always get paired up a lot. I have no idea why. It's like Lenny and that other guy. It's like those two dudes from The Simpsons that for some reason they're always together. I don't know if they're supposed to be rivals or something. Now, I forget, but they're always paired up. I love that in every single Dragon Ball game, no matter what, nobody has ever made like real life, like actual 3D models of the audience. I mean, they do get more and more detailed as time goes on. They do keep adding more cardboard cutouts of people. They keep adding more GIF images of people. But you know, here, you know, from here to here, it starts already repeating. But I just find it really funny, like consistently, no matter what company is, you know, making these games, you always have the World Tournament stage, and you always have like all of these copies of people. You have all of these identical twins, just kind of, you know, on an infinite loop of doing this and cheering. Maybe one day we'll actually get, you know, character models or something. I mean, it would be very resource intensive for something that people aren't even looking at. I do like how they try to change it up a little bit. You know, you have this girl with the straw hat that's white, and then this other girl that's like more darker skinned. And like, okay, yeah, sure, we can tell. I mean, when you're in the middle of the action, you don't even notice or care. But I just find it really funny when you look at small little details like these. We got Tien right here looking like a badass. I don't know if I like this outfit better, or, you know, the other outfit where it was just like almost like the green toga looking thing. I don't know why. I guess now that, you know, Dragon Ball Super is a thing and it's a lot more kid friendly, we can't have Tien showing the nipple. We gotta fully clothe him. I don't know. I feel like that's what they were doing. They were kind of toning down all of the big muscle nipple showing, and they just give him a fuller outfit. I do like his other outfit though, the previous one. Yeah, you know, that's less shirtless dudes is what I have actually seen. That's what I've noticed from Super. Tien's moves do look really, really cool. They got the Tri-Beam and the Neo Tri-Beam, the Kikoho. They showed nothing. It was pretty much like the Yamcha trailer. Barely anything. They just showed the special moves, and then like not even any voices or anything. Damn. But I do know that Chatsu is gonna come in and try and help. In the same way that, you know, Android 18 has Android 17 and Black Goku has the Mas. So, yeah. Now we have Android 21 in-game reveal trailer. I think this one is the story trailer that I was talking about. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So isn't she supposed to pretend to be, like, really nice and stuff, but then later she, like, just does a complete 180 and goes all evil on us? Yeah, so 18 got all screwed up. Something's wrong with her. Krillin came in to pick her up. And this is where 21 meets with these guys. Is it just me, or does Goku's hair look super duper spiky? Like, spikier than usual. I mean, it's probably because of the camera angle that we're looking at right here. It's not like Mickey Mouse, where, like, his ears always have to be, like, you know, clearly visible no matter what. Here with Goku, you're allowed to see him through multiple angles. I like it. Goku's standing around like he's Superman or something. I don't know if I've actually ever seen him like legitimately stand like that. Only here. A researcher employed by the Red Ribbon Army. Shouldn't that like panic you? You're like, oh shit, Red Ribbon. We have to deal with Dr. Gero and Android 19 and all that stuff, but okay. Yeah, I think she, like, comes off as, like, nice at the beginning, but then, like, she totally, like, isn't. I don't know. And then people say that she's supposed to be, like, Android 16's mom and stuff like that, or, like, the wife of Dr. Gero. Yeah, there's a lot of details with her. I'm not even gonna go full screen on this. It's fucking 25 seconds. Son Gohan! Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan, to be precise. Which is definitely one of the cooler characters out there, just by that he's Super Saiyan 2. He has a massive ultimate attack that I think consumes like 5 out of the 7 bars, I think. There's one where it's just a regular ultimate, but then the other one is like Father-Son Kamehameha, where you hold it, and you just keep going, and you keep pushing for that wave, and that consumes even more bars. But yeah, that was it. In a flash, if you blink, you might miss it. But yeah, I think all of us have seen this image. I think that's been like everyone's fucking reaction thumbnail for a while now. Majin Buu, Fat Majin Buu. This is 30 seconds. Alright, he is interesting. Majin Buu's interesting to look at. I feel like out of all of the characters that benefit from this, like, 2D slash 3D animation is definitely Majin Buu. Like, all of the more cartoonish characters are the ones that end up looking a lot better in this form. They look a lot more faithful to the source material because they don't have to look, you know, all human-like. I mean, they just go crazy with this. Majin Buu. And the music is sounding pretty alright, too. Now look at that. Turning into chocolate. I love that. I love that move. He starts to steam up, turn people into chocolate. Yes, I love it. So, again, moving on with the attention to detail with the game, I do know that if you just turn somebody into chocolate or like into candy or whatever, and you eat them and they're not dead yet, it gives away, it gives off some damage, and then you spit them out. But I think at the very end, like, if you do turn somebody into candy and you eat them and they have, like, a little bit of health, and you eat, like, you know, the amount of health that they have left, and you kill them, then that's it. Like, you eat them and that's it. You know, like, they don't get spit out and they're just laying down on the ground. No, like, you eat them and they don't come back. That's pretty cool. It's those small little details that really make this game so much better. Now we have another 44-second trailer for one of the newer characters now, which is Nappa. I wasn't expecting Nappa to come in, but thanks to, like, Team 4-Star and what they do with Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I definitely saw a rise in popularity when it comes to Nappa. A lot of people like him a lot more now, even though, you know, in actual Dragon Ball Z, he's, like, the most forgettable, like, whatever Saiyan fighter guy ever. Nappa is. But let's go ahead and see what he's got. I mean, no Raditz. I am a little impressed that they haven't added Raditz in here yet. Now, granted, I might actually know why, and that's probably because of Goku and Vegeta and the forms that they have. Their default form is the Super Saiyan form, and they don't have that until Frieza Saga, Cell Saga. And so going back to Saiyan Saga, where they don't have any of that, then that would imply that they will need to make, like, a regular version of Goku and Vegeta to fight, and that takes more time and more money, so they're just gonna stick to, you know, to the point where they're Super Saiyans onward. But for some reason, Nappa's here, so, like, I don't know if they're gonna factor that guy into the story. I don't think so. Maybe he'll show up as, like, cannon fodder at some point. But there he is, Nappa. Blah! I mean, he does look kind of cool. All of his moves have always been nice. The Cyberman, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like his dynamic, you know? That's like the gimmick that a lot of people keep pointing out as the thing that really makes Nappa special is the Cyberman, that he can attack and distract people, and he can use that almost like an assist. And of course, like his Shua, that move is always, that's like iconic for Nappa. Look at that thick boy. Look at those massive muscles. And of course, bah, like that vomit blast. Yeah, so, of course, he is a very early Dragon Ball Z character, so obviously his moves are not the most creative, imaginative things in the world. You know, for a lot of these early characters, basically for anybody that's wearing the Saiyan armor, you can guarantee that the vast majority of their attacks are just going to be like one big wave, you know, like... if you've played Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you know how many characters that game has, like 160 or something. And, you know, for all of the more insignificant characters, is always like, their special move is like, full power energy wave, high speed rush, big death beam, you know, stuff like that. It's just very generic, you know, full powered blast ball, you know, because they don't really have this definitive move. They just kind of make it up, you know, double Sunday and whatnot. But let's see, now we have Captain Ginyu. This one is also interesting because the thing that really makes him special is the body swap thing. And so you're kind of really screwing over the opponent whenever you do the body swap. Because, so when you play as Captain Ginyu, yeah, so when you are Ginyu, when you choose Ginyu and you play as him, you're able to use the Ginyu Force to your advantage. You can summon everybody from the Ginyu Force to do extra attacks and stuff, on top of the, like, regular specials that you have, that Captain Ginyu has. But whenever you body swap with somebody and the opponent has Ginyu, they don't have access to the Ginyu Force, and they only have, like, the one attack and that's it. Like, it's... yeah, you're definitely nerfing the hell out of your opponent if you can successfully do a body swap. And so Ginyu himself is not special He's not really the kind of guy to be like, yeah, I'm gonna main him, you know, because he is just so intricate. Not really. He's very basic, but he has the advantage of being able to summon the Ginyu Force, and on top of that, when you body swap, then you're definitely screwing over the other opponent because you're limiting their moveset by very, very little. Oh, I love that. They're posing. Oh yeah, Ginyu Force. And they're just staring. Even Cell is there being like, who are these guys? Like, by the way, first of all, he's facing backwards. He's facing over there. And then these guys are over here going like, what? I don't know what's going on there. That's the first time I ever actually see that, but I'll be interested to see how they treat Ginyu. I don't know what it is about like Ginyu and Raccoon, that those are like the two guys that they always feature for like, you know, for all of these video games that summarize the Frieza saga into like only 2 or 3 battles. There's always like, for some reason, Ginyu, Raccoon, Frieza, and that's it, you know? There's so many other fights that happen. You know, you got like Vegeta versus Arvan, Vegeta versus Dodoria. You have, you know, Gohan and Krillin basically trying to save all the Namekians and all that kind of stuff. You have Nail fighting against Frieza very briefly. But yeah, there's a lot of other smaller fights in between, but it's funny how they kind of just relegated to just, you know, Goku fights Raccoon, and then he fights Frieza, and that's it. And maybe they'll include the Ginyu fight in there at some point. But that's literally it. You know, Vegeta versus Frieza never happens. You know, Piccolo versus Frieza. There's a lot of fights that they kind of just cut out of there. And the same thing goes for the Cell Saga. I mean, the Cell Saga in terms of fights, it was a little weird. But yeah, it basically just boils down to just them fighting Perfect Cell, and that's it. And sometimes they show the other forms. They didn't even, come on. They didn't even voice the scream. Like, my favorite part of seeing Cell is seeing, like, that scream where he fucking powers up. That's so badass. But they don't. Cell. Mr. Perfect Cell. Yeah, Super does that Kamehameha. Yeah, Cell also seems like one of those other cooler, characters to fight with. He was confirmed from the very beginning, right? Like, him showing up is not news. But I do enjoy seeing him in action. Again, just like Majin Buu, he's one of those characters that really benefits from this art style. And, you know, the way that they laying out the graphics. Because he just looks very colorful. And, I don't know, he just really pops. He really looks like... It looks like they just took him out of the manga and put him in here. It just looks really awesome. Now, this is a story trailer. Story trailer number 1. For some reason, this is in French. Okay, yeah, so this is flat out, come on. Okay, this is yeah, flat out story. This is kind of establishing a little bit of what's going on. You got Bulma here talking to you. I didn't expect you to conk out like that. Scared me half to death. Oh yeah, isn't this like when everybody just kind of falls over for you? Tell me at least who you are. Who is Goku? Yeah, so this is this really weird thing of like, you the player in real life are supposed to be playing the role of like the player, you know, going inside of these people's bodies and controlling them, and like, it's weird. Who is Goku? This is really weird, and it kind of reminds me of that manga that they made for Yamcha. Wasn't there like a manga about like a guy that was like a super big fan of Dragon Ball Z that for some reason woke up as Yamcha and like started fighting as Yamcha, and like one of the villains is also like a guy that got transported into someone's body? It's just like, I don't know, like, it just seems very like DeviantArt fanfic kind of thing, and to have it being like an official thing of like, I am inside this person's body, it just seems really weird. It looks like, it sounds like a fetish that somebody would have. Look in the mirror. In this mirror that I have for some reason. Whoa, and of course I'm not gonna have a voice at all. A Dragon Ball world. Oh, Porunga. That no one has seen before. Actually, no, we've seen it many times for the past 20 years. The heroes are Goku and you. Our troop of clones appeared. Great. How original. We've never seen this before. Evil versions of everybody? Ah, wow, unique, I say. Very unique. Lots of incidents occur. Warriors start to fall unconscious. The player, literally the player, must link with the Super Warriors. or Z Warriors, or Z Fighters, or whatever you want to call them. Every game has their own way of saying this. Search for the hidden truth of the story consisting of 3 arcs. Alright, so there's 3 acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Alright. Oh my god. It's gonna be really weird. Like, you're actually looking at yourself, like, as Frieza. And like, oh my god, I'm Frieza. Alright, some cutscenes around here. Yeah, you have almost like a Mario Brothers style, like world map, level select kind of thing. Explore the map, strengthening your bonds. Strengthening your bonds. We're going Persona 4 and all this. We're doing social links, doing confidants. Saving allies or finding powerful skills. I just really want to see all of these little cutscenes. Like, that's the part that I'm really interested in, because we've seen the gameplay, like, for the longest time. Like, I know what the gameplay looks like, but now, like, the story cutscenes, that's what I want to know about. Seems like a lot of it is just kind of Goku and Krillin doing stuff. And then Android 21. I wonder how tasty you'll all be. What? Like, even, like, her expression changed immediately. She went, like, you know, like a little bit. It got kind of weird. It kind of got like a 180 turn, like how Pudding did a 180 turn in One Piece, you know? Or like she was all sweet and nice, and then suddenly like she has like the smug anime girl look of like, you know, just looking down on you all the time. It's a little annoying, but hey. Holds the key to the story, 21 and 16. That like that a weird smile they got going on. It's just not. I don't like it. What is her true aim? Or link to Goku. Of course all the villains are coming together. Really? You got Nappa? You know, bending down to Frieza? Oh, please forgive me. Like, he's coming back from the dead for some reason, and he's like, oh god, I'm still loyal to you. Vegeta, that fucker. She wasn't even a human after all. Top 21. Wait, what? Time to return the favor, says Frieza. Wait, so you have Piccolo, Cell, Goku, Krillin, Vegeta, like all of them are teaming up? I mean, I'm assuming this is all like the whole player thing, right? Like maybe like it comes to the point where the player is in Frieza's body and he's using the body to help out. Like, no idea. It's just, I don't know how this is all gonna pan out, but... Power, writhing, and screaming. I saw Super Saiyan Blue for a bit there. Perfect seasoning for the perfect meal. Wow, it seemed like 21 might actually be a playable fighter. It'd be cool. I mean, it'd be really weird for them to go through the trouble of doing the character model and all that shit, and then not have her be playable. That'd be a little weird. That's like in Samurai Kagura 2, where, you know, Kagura and Naruto are the focus of the story, but they're not playable at all, which is stupid. And of course you gotta end it with a Kamehameha. And there we go. Dragon Ball FighterZ, get hype, bitch! Alright. Yeah, that was a good look. That was a pretty nice teaser into what we're gonna be seeing in the story, how the menus are gonna be laid out. That's cool. Let's see. Another 45-second trailer for Android 16. I really like Android 16 here in this game. Turns out he is actually really, really fun. He's almost like a grapple character, kind of like a Zangief or something like that. I usually hate those kinds of characters, but it's fucking Android 16. You gotta love him. I am a little biased based on the character, but look at him. Even like the little shaky cam at the start looks amazing. Look at this hulking beast. I was created to kill Goku. Look at my smile. I like birds. Yeah, you just catch them in midair. You got the rocket punch. I love that. Hell's Flash. Yeah, he also has like a... Now, granted, I would never expect this kind of music for Android 16. It sounds like he's ready to go to the nightclub. Sounds like a 90s song. Like, we're going to Ibiza. We're gonna have a party. But yeah, no, Android 16 is looking really, really cool. Even though his music, his theme song is the most unfitting thing in the world. You got the rocket punch, the Hell's Flash. He does have like a suicide move where he can grapple somebody and then blow himself up. So, yeah, he has a lot of really cool tricks. Almost kind of like Frieza, where you have a lot of unexpected stuff out of him that make him really, really fun to play. And now we have Android 18. probably the one and only female character in this entire cast, unless they add in Android 21, which that would also be cool. She was like giving off like an aura or something during that story trailer, so I'm assuming that she's gonna be doing some fighting of her own. Look, if fucking old ass Dr. Gero can fight, 21 can fight, okay? And of course we have 18 accompanied by 17. 17 is like an assist character to 18, like how Chatsu is to Tien and Zamasu is to Goku Black. I do like that. Knowing Arc system works, I already knew that it wasn't going to be like Tenkaichi where you have 160 characters. That would have been impossible. That would have been ridiculous. So I do like how they come up with really smart ways to kind of introduce more characters when they're not necessarily playable. Also, I find it really funny that, you know, they're just continuing on with this tradition of, you know, if you ever have the androids playable, is always 18. Is never 17. You very rarely ever get to play a 17. I like this team-up attack. It's really cool. Bye-bye. Ciao. Why do you gotta do your man 16 like that? And again, you know, more attention to detail. If you do that ultimate attack with 18, but then you have Krillin on your team, 17 doesn't show up, or rather Krillin goes in and they do the team up together. So that's also a really nice thing to see. 40-second trailer, we got Gotenks now, which of course it is Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. It's really funny how I've played so many of these games now that it has come to the point where I can predict pretty nicely, you know, what they're gonna have here. If it's not Budokai Tenkaichi 3, where they have like literally every single form of every single character, they're definitely gonna make some sacrifices. They're only gonna have like one form, or like, you know, only one character that does everything, or, you know, have assist characters and all that. You're definitely not gonna get the entire cast. It's just too much to ask, especially for a game of such high quality as this one. So, you know, you just kind of start to follow the trends of all the other games, right? Oh, androids are playable? Well, it'll probably just be 18 and Perfect Cell, right? Oh, is Gotenks? It'll probably just be Super Saiyan 3 because that's the coolest and has all the special moves. Majin Buu? Well, at most, they're probably gonna do just Fat Buu and Kid Buu and then just leave Super Buu. They're not gonna do all of the absorbed versions of Super Buu. That'd be a little too much. You know, they're like, oh man, they're gonna do Piccolo. It'll probably just be regular ass Piccolo, and I do all those transformations with like the fusions and all that. You kind of know how it goes after a while. There we go. Yeah, Gotenks, I think, will be really fun to play as. If you can't play Super Saiyan 3 Goku, at least you got Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, right? I love that. I love those little, like, super black highlights. Yeah, that looks really cool. Oh man, I'm sure the guy that animated that had a lot of fun doing that. And again, on those weird team-ups, is that if you have Piccolo on your team, when you do that ultimate, Piccolo actually comes in and actually helps you, like how he does in the Majin Buu saga when they're like stuck in the hyperbolic time chamber or something. That's when they do it, right? I forget. But like, it is there. There are Kami's lookout, and they're like, they have him inside a ball, and they're like, they're just kind of just playing around with him. But anyway, I think now we have Kid Buu. Yeah, Kid Buu. Now that we're speaking Majin Buu saga. Yeah, I really do like how this guy is very much different from Fat Buu. All of his moves definitely indicate that he is a completely different character. Even though he is a Majin Buu, he is nowhere near close to being like the Fat Buu. He has like more of those stretchy arms things. He does that like Earth human extension attack. Of course, Death Ball. Alright, they barely showed anything of him, but I feel like it'll be a lot more fun to play as him than to actually just watch him, just kind of do his thing. He is going to be available during the open beta, so I'm definitely, for sure, one of the people that I'm very interested in playing as is Krillin, Android 18, Kid Buu, obviously all the newer guys who really want to test out Goku Black and see how he works. I don't know, I look at Beerus and I feel like I'm not going to be able to play with him all that well. Adult Gohan, just to see the differences from, you know, child Gohan. Pretty much everybody. I mean, I do know that Goku and Vegeta are kind of basic, and Piccolo is also kind of unique in his own way. But, like, I'm just looking at, oh, well, who are my favorite characters, you know? Or who do I think are the most interesting to play as? And I would say, you know, Krillin, Piccolo, 18, 16, Kid Buu, Adult Gohan, all of those guys. With everybody else, I can kind of figure out how they work, you know? Like, Ginyu has a very obvious body change and all that. Alright, so Adult Gohan. Obviously, Ultimate Mystic Gohan is going to be available. I think he does go Super Saiyan at one point. I think during the Ultimate he goes Super Saiyan. Yeah, he has this weird thing where, like, he charges up. He can actually power up and consume meter whenever you want him to be more powerful and stuff. His Ultimate is this one, where he does that. No, I remember that there was another one. There was like a different version of the Ultimate where I don't know why. Oh yeah, if you have Gotenks on your team is just like the regular Kamehameha. But if you don't have Gotenks, that implies that, you know, Goten and Trunks are not fused together, right? They're separate. So whenever he's not in the team, I think Gohan goes Super Saiyan and does the Kamehameha, and Goten shows up with him as Super Saiyan as well, and they do it together. I don't know if it's the same thing as the Father-Son Kamehameha, where, like, if you hold it down or if you have enough meter, you can do a more powerful version of that. I don't know. But, again, I like that there are, like, multiple forms and versions of the same thing. Okay, let's see. What other trailers do we have? Because I kind of want to leave that Jump Festa trailer all the way to the end. I've definitely had the biggest amount of fun watching the Jump Festa trailer. There's been a lot of people reacting to it. A lot of people have loved it. And I love it too. I feel like out of all of these trailers, this is definitely the best one that they have made. And you'll see in a little bit. Like, it's just a lot more well put together. It's a little bit more narratively focused. So you have a recreation of the Frieza saga where Krillin gets killed off and Goku turns into a Super Saiyan. How dare you, you'll pay for this. It's over, Frieza! Yeah, this is really cool to see. And then the music kicks in. Yes, the original outro song for the Japanese version and the Spanish, any version that is not American, you know what this song is. It's the second outro song for Dragon Ball Z, for basically the entirety of the Majin Buu saga, and it's really, really epic. I didn't really think much of it back then, but now with this context and seeing how they kind of remade the song, this is definitely not the original song. They definitely, like, remade it. It's like a newer version, and it sounds so good. And all of these, like, different scenes with, like, Yamcha getting taken by the Cybermen, like, all the brand new super stuff, it's incredible. Anime music pack available in the Ultimate Edition as a standalone, Yeah, I definitely want to get the soundtrack for this on its own. There's, like, the Ultimate Edition, like, the Saiyan Edition and all that stupid stuff. And it's weird because, you know, there's some things that you do find in one pack that isn't in the other one, and it gets really confusing. I just wish that they just had an Ultimate Edition that had everything on it. But also, knowing Arc System Works and knowing how they kind of do their Guilty Gear upgrades and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with a Game of the Year edition, or they came out with, like, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ Ultimate or something like that just has all of the DLC included or whatever. Similar to how in Guilty Gear they have Exord, you know, Revelator, and then Revelator 2 and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, I heard somewhere on the internet that the producer of Dragon Ball FighterZ, like, signed a contract to make these kinds of games for, like, a certain amount of years. So they're definitely going to be making more of these, or at the very least, adding more stuff to this game. Which is something that I would like. You know, this game is going to be incredibly popular. It's going to make a fuck ton of money. And I would love it if they use that money on DLC characters and stages and all that stuff. And maybe, like, again, like Rev and Rev 2, where they just, like, make these kind of $20 upgrades that I can just add on to this game. And so you have the awesome music and this awesome thing. You fool! Love it. Or you moron. As I say, you moron. Of course, you got the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. Let Unsere combine power. Ha! And like Stella's like, oh shit. Majin Buu. Yeah, all of these guys that we already saw them. Pow! Yeah, Gohan versus Buu. I love it. I love these amazing recreations of those. Like, it's identical to the anime and the manga, mostly the manga. But yeah, it's just, I love how faithful they are to it. I remember There was a game called Dragon Ball Z, I think Burst Limit, where they also had a similar thing where they would like recreate parts of the anime and stuff. But that was done in kind of a bad way because it would interrupt the fights. It would like be right in the middle of a fight and you'd see this cutscene, and it would kind of tank the pacing of the fight. Whereas here, it's either right at the beginning or right at the end, or it can even be an ultimate. And so, because if you have all of these very specific conditions, you know, like fighting Super Saiyan Goku with Kid Buu on the Supreme Kai world, and then you do the ultimate, like, you can definitely see, these things happening, you know, just naturally, rather than, you know, having to force them, like in Burst Limit. Of course, Whis and Beerus, get in there. Yeah, you got those balls. Yes, I want to see this happen. It's so good. Hit! Such a badass. With his time skip ability. Goku Black. Ah, he looks more awesome every single time I look at him. Of course, right there was Zamasu. I love it. Yeah. I love that move. Ah, the song is so hype now. Recontextualized here with this game. Dragon Ball FighterZ, yeah, easily the best trailer that they have had for Dragon Ball FighterZ to date. It's so incredibly hype. Like, and everybody that I've seen react to this has also gotten hype with this, especially the people that actually recognize what the song is. There's a lot of people that have the shitty American Dragon Ball Z soundtrack in their heads. And they hear the song and they're like, oh, it's a new track. Or like, they just don't even acknowledge it at all. And so I'm like, oh, dude, you're missing out. You're missing out. No, but instead, your childhood is defined by that stupid Dragon, fuck the Dragon Ball Z, whoa, na. Like just, oh, Americans like hardcore manly shit, so just put a lot of guitars on it. No, it totally loses out on the whimsical, fantasy, awesome, like liberating song of Dragon Ball Z, and like almost like the space opera orchestration that they have in the original. It's just so much better. But whatever. People like what they like, or they like what they were conditioned to like from childhood. But let's see. Now we have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue, just to make things more simple. Vegeta character trailer. Nothing is gonna beat that Jump Festa trailer. Seriously, it really is awesome. Well, let's see. We did just see the trailer where it had both Goku and Vegeta, you know, talking about the pre-order and stuff, but I guess this one is just dedicated to him. Okay, yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, now they're showing off more moves. Yeah, do that punch and then do that. A Gala Gun to the sky, a Final Flash. Okay, I said before, like, why couldn't they have the Final Flash be the ultimate? But, you know, Super Saiyan Vegeta already has that. And on top of that, you know, it's already like a special move, so the ultimate is something different, like this. Just a punch. He didn't really have anything special before, you know, the fight against Jiren. Alright, sure, whatever. That's fine, there's only so much that you can do, right? If you haven't seen it in the anime yet, they can't use it. You know, that's kind of the problem when you have these anime-based games that are super tied to the anime. It's like One Piece Pirate Warriors, right? Where, like, it only goes as far as the Don Flamingo arc, and they don't even show you the ending, or not even, like, Gear 4th Luffy or anything, because the anime isn't there yet, so they just have to make up the ending. It's just, oh, man, it's kind of stupid how they kind of limit themselves like that. And then there are other games like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that, like, has all of the 8 JoJo's and all of the 8 stories. You know, they have, like, you know, the anime is only up to Diamond is Unbreakable, but they have, like, you know, Ventoreo and, you know, all the villains. Like, I already know all the villains from all the other arcs that aren't Part 4 because they have it in all the games and they show it, and you know, more people love the manga in JoJo than anywhere else. They don't limit themselves to that bullshit. They're all the way over there in Part 8. They don't care. Okay, but this is the opening cinematic now to the game. Oh man, this is very much like Guilty Gear Xrd style. There we go, give me that heavy electric guitar, and then just Goku. Yep. This is exactly, you can tell that Arc System Works made this game, because simply by virtue of the intro. This is exactly how they did it with Guilty Gear, with like, Soul Bad Guy, Slayer, Kai Kuska, you know, with like the weird English dub with that. Which was pretty good, by the way. They had the English dub for like one game, and then they totally took it out, which sucks. They say they fucking took the fucking English for Blaze Blue as well. I don't know what the fuck is it with Arc System Works or Axis Games fucking taking in and taking out dubs and shit. It is just horrible. Gohan! Other Gohan! We got Gohan! We also have Gohan! And Krillin. Yeah, Yamcha, Tien. Yeah, all these other guys, just kind of have them there really very quickly. 18, 16. I'm sure they're gonna have Android 21 at some point. Yeah, there we go. There she is. Nappa, Ginyu. You can't show me all these other awesome characters and then like on the side, oh, I guess we have Ginyu and Nappa. There we go. Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu. Sync that shit up with the music. Yes! There we go. They're adding the new ones. Hit, Goku Black, Beerus. You can't play as those guys in the open beta, but we will very soon. The open beta is literally going to be a week away from the actual game coming out. Become the Ultimate Fighter. Oh well. I usually criticize heavily these introductions for games that are literally just clips of the game. But I feel like with this one specifically, I do think it fits pretty well. I mean, it's fast-paced and, you know, the actual, you know, cutscenes, the in-game cutscenes for the Ultimates are already pretty cinematic as they are, so why not use them? I get it. But, yeah, the game is like, what is it, January 29th, right? And then the beta is going to be next week. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be, well, actually 2 weeks. 2 weeks before the game comes out. Unreal Engine. Oh, no, it's the 26th, not the 29th. Yeah, it'll be like a week or two before the game officially comes out, between open beta and launch. Super Saiyan Blue Goku, yes! Show me those moves. A Kamehameha, okay. Teleportation. Oh my god, he did the fucking, like, Resurrection F thing, like the 1-inch, that 1-inch punch. Beautiful, beautiful. Wait, hold on, so let me get this straight. The ultimate move for Goku is 3 different things. So you have the Izakaya Ken, and then he just fucking beats the shit out of you for a little bit. That's 1. And then step 2, he teleports and does a massive Kamehameha. That's the 2nd step. And then the 3rd step, on top of that, he jumps and does a fucking Super Dragon Fist. Oh my god. How much damage is that gonna do? That looks like an entire bar of health. That looks like one-shot kill kind of thing. Like, seriously. He beats the shit out of you, sends you flying, does a Kamehameha, and then freaking does that shit. Oh boy, that's a little much. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the last trailer of today. This is the most recent trailer that came out. This one came out January the 8th. And today, what is it? Today's the 9th? This came out yesterday. This is the Goku Black trailer. And, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's going to be other trailers that are going to be coming out before the game comes out. There's definitely going to be a launch trailer, I know that. But I don't think I'll be, you know, reacting to that because, you know, if this isn't enough already, I think I'm good. One thing that I would like to see, if they ever do a trailer for, like, the English dub, which I have been able to hear, a lot of the gameplay that other YouTubers have been putting out, like Rhyme Style and Afro Senju and all those guys, they have been showing off the English voices, and they sound pretty good. I was not expecting an English dub. But I guess considering how popular Dragon Ball is, a lot of people do like that dub, so they do have it in there. Thank God for that. At least if fucking Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear are getting fucked over out of an English dub, the least they can do is fucking voice Dragon Ball. Yes, I'm still holding a grudge against all of that, because it is bullshit that they fucking take it away. But no, but they put it here in Dragon Ball, of course. Money, money, money makes the world go round, I guess. But here we go, Goku Black trailer, Unreal Engine. Yeah, so in reference to the beginning of the Trunks arc, they got like that black, you know, shadowy figure from the beginning, and then shwa, psha, there we go. Turns into Super Saiyan Rose. Yeah, this is another one of the cooler people to fight as. I am very, very interested to see how this guy plays. Of course, being assisted by Zamasu. He gets the scythe. Oh man, this ultimate, dude. Ah. Yeah, it is between that ultimate and Goku's Super Saiyan Blue ultimate. Like, it's between those two. That's, like, the best ones out of the whole game. That and, like, the father-son Kamehameha that Gohan has, that child Gohan has. Ah. Yeah, look at how long it is now. Look at how long it is. Babu, ba 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 ba. Yeah. It's really, really long now. At the beginning, it was like 4 dudes and that's it. And then, blah, Super Saiyan Blue pre-order. Pre-order now. Yeah, there we go. We always get that in every single trailer. But there we go. That was it. That was my reaction marathon, which really wasn't much of a reaction. It was more like commentary, because this was definitely not my first time seeing any of these trailers, especially not the Jump Festa trailer. That's definitely the one that I've seen the most, because that one is definitely the most hype one out of all of them. And, you know, all of the other ones are not really worth watching all that much, because they're all like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds tops. I am interested in like the story trailers and the Jump Festa one that reveals, you know, the dramatic finishers and the music, and it's just like they're really packing this with a lot of Dragon Ball love. Yeah, I feel like we finally are gonna get what the people have wanted for a long while, which is kind of like a more legit Dragon Ball Z fighting game. I mean, there have been other fighting games, but they're all like 3D rendered and you fly around, and the mechanics are not like as tight as, say, like a Street Fighter or a Guilty Gear, and it seems like we're finally gonna get it. And it's all thanks to, you know, the genius that is this producer lady. You know, to see a woman be like a producer and like a prominent figure in one of these popular games, that's already rare enough. But, you know, to see her actually do a fantastic job with this game, yeah, that's something. She deserves a medal for that. Maybe she'll get a game award or something like that later down the line. But yeah, man, we're kicking off 2018 with a blast. We finally have, we're starting off January, or the end of January, with Dragon Ball FighterZ, a game that is already looking to be on my Game of the Year list. Yes, believe me, I already have like 10 blank spots for Game of the Year 2018, and I'm already putting Dragon Ball FighterZ somewhere on there as a possibility of being included. I don't know how this year is going to pan out for games, but it's looking pretty bright and positive if we're going to begin with this game. So, yeah, we also have Summer Kagura Burst Renewal on February for Japan. So, yeah, super duper hyped for all of this. I really, really want to see how this game turns out. And we will be able to see it with the open beta that's going to be coming out in a few days. It's, you know, at least for me, where I got early access, I'm going to be able to play it at least a day in advance. And I am definitely going to be live streaming it. If you're not following me on YouTube, if you're not subscribed, or if you're not following me on Twitch, I highly suggest that you do, because I will be streaming myself playing some Dragon Ball FighterZ. Maybe not at midnight, as they said in the schedule. But who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't like to stay up too late. I'll probably do it, you know, early in the morning and just probably play all day Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, I kind of want to do it during the early access time, because I know that as soon as that beta opens up, the servers are going to fucking collapse, because everybody's going to want to be playing that. But, yeah. Hopefully, it all turns well. I'm very, very, very interested to just get my hands on the characters and see how it feels, because I've seen so many videos, but I actually want to play it. Especially with all these brand new characters like Kid Buu, Gohan, Nappa, and all those. But there we go. That concludes my reaction marathon to Dragon Ball FighterZ. I am finally caught up, at least in video form. I already saw all of these. I just wanted to, like, you know, have these up for posterity, basically, to show that I know it. And, yeah. You can guarantee that I'll be making some videos and some live streams for Dragon Ball FighterZ when this game comes out. I already have it pre-ordered. It's just a matter of waiting for the pre-order to kind of run out, for the timer to run out there on my PS4. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this very long video of me just reacting to shit, then go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, bell icon, all on my social media and my website. All of that is down there in the description, and I will see you guys next time when, probably when I start live streaming Dragon Ball FighterZ during the open beta. See you next time.